Because
Yep.
I just want to throw out there, I'm happy to steal the dramatic tension from any scene if you want me to sub in as Kamira will be played by Ryan tonight.
how's your British accent? Is mine British?
Oh my
It's
god, it's
lovely.
me, Kamira.
It's lovely, darling. Oh, darling, you shouldn't do that.
Perfect.
All
So
right.
I made Kamira in
Sweetie.
XCOM. I made the whole gang in XCOM.
Perfect.
And
Hey.
and Kamira's accent is spot on. Like I was poking through the different accents and I was like, that's
Is it
Cammy
Laura
right there.
Bailey as the voice?
Pretty much.
I love Laura Bailey.
I
was
don't know.
gonna
I'd
say,
have to
if
look.
you haven't, you should show everyone Anwar because it's like Arnold from Magic School
Dude,
Bus
it's
in
badass.
on a mech.
In XCOM. That's
You know,
great.
fuck D&D. I'm gonna boot up XCOM
Litigants.
real fast. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of
See you
D&D,
nerds later.
all right, we're here. We're live.
Oh, this is the cold open. Cool.
It is. If I had hit it like a second earlier, the first thing everybody would have heard was Sid just saying balls. But
Balls!
I missed it by like a second.
Oh man, that
Balls.
window.
There you go. Thank you. Give the people what they want.
The people want balls, and damn it, we will give them balls.
Now let's talk about unbirthing. Let's go.
Why every time?
Because
Why not?
it went away for a good while, and then Richard was like, "Hey guys, look at this TikTok."
Oh no, my connection.
It was super cute though.
It
I
was
just
actually
announced
it
my
was actually very
FBI guy
cute.
that she is not with us. She just joined this call.
My poor
on
FBI
accident.
guy. It's like, oh no, she got curious about something. She's looking shit up.
Oh
Why
man.
doesn't she have save search on?
I just hope her FBI guy is like an old chain smoking woman. Is like, oh, you gotta get a load of this one. Here's the scoop,
So-
Johnny.
Some
$20
silly
he's
sort
about to
of,
find
like-
his sexual awakening.
Probably.
It's only a matter of time.
She's on
Only a
Pinterest
matter of
again. What the hell is she planning?
There was a thing that I saw, like it was earlier last week, and I almost posted it to the group, but it was like a guy like just getting bludgeoned with a stop sign, but the guy getting bludgeoned, it said looking for Tabaxi character art for my D&D
Oh yeah,
campaign.
yeah.
There was the stop sign, and then like the person wielding the stop
Uh-huh.
sign was furry porn.
I sent that
Like-
exact image to Artem because I was like, "Did this happen to you when you made Benny?"
There were similar issues when I was creating Hunter, looking for reference photos for that.
I run into that a
and
lot with
certainly
character
Fling.
creation, but I don't really
People get real
classify
thirsty
it.
for tea.
It's not really an issue for me so much of just like, oh, I'll save this for later. Anyways,
More of a separate file, really. It's,
Yeah.
more of a discovery.
bookmark,
You know?
That
bookmark.
Pinterest board is locked.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
D&D.
Anyways, here we are.
All right.
All
You
right,
mean
we're
we're not
playing a
just here
game.
to. We're not just shooting the shit for 3 hours. 'Cause we,
We can do that, but we got some D&D to do too.
We got an arc to wrap.
Yep. So who would like to begin recapping what happened last time, which started off shortly after people failed some wisdom saves and a genie was unleashed.
Totally on
Well,
accident. No one knows why or how that happened, but we'll just move on. Let's not look into it.
So like
shit
You can't
popped off.
escape culpability.
the lady of the house, she's all like, hey, you want to make a deal, Kamira? And Kamira / Sydney was like, boy, fucking do I. Like, please, let's do this. And then Anwar was like, no. And he, in that exact voice, no.
Not just
Um,
Hunter was also like, man, I made deals with devils before. I ain't
Oh
doing
yeah,
this
like
again."
everybody was pretty like,
Yep,
Hey,
Audra was
Kenny,
also
maybe no.
against the deal.
But that happened. He said no, and then opened up the genie jug, and the genie like rolled up and like immediately like decided to try and just like pick a fight with the witch, which was
To be
phenomenal.
fair, Anwar was like, kill that
Yeah.
lady over there.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah,
like,
And
and,
Alright.
everybody who serves her.
right, and
It's like I've made a lot worse
Yeah.
wishes in my day. That's fine.
And the genie was like, fucking bet, let's go. And like the only like really good thing about the overall scenario was that he was not making any attack ops on us. So that was phenomenal.
Yeah, that
until
whole thing ripped ass. Like it was fire and flames. It was two gods kicking the shit out of each other for like
Yes.
technically 15 seconds or so.
Mhm.
Like
And then
fucking
yeah.
holes in the ceiling. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No. I mean I forgot about that part actually.
Benny's old friends came out of nowhere
There's a giant
cosplaying as
spider.
skeletons. There was a big ass spider that Hunter was like, nope, and ran the opposite
You
direction
did.
of.
You ran away.
It bit him in the back, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, at one point, he like, when you get a field goal, like you like pass that. I'm not gonna do the sports analogy. Just kidding. He
Boards.
like slammed the lady like down into the roof. The roof broke, and it was
Like-
like, man, that happened. And then like one of the skeletons also ended up down there, and then it was like, yeah, Hunter, go on
Arantes
down
pushed
there.
one through the hole, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like, Hunter, go down there and see if you can't talk to her. And then the genie was like, I'm gonna burn
Well,
so many flames into this hole.
Hunter was like, don't worry, stay with me, you'll be safe. And then the room filled with fire. A zombie kid melted
Yes.
and then went from pudding to ashes.
yes.
Like a deep fried, dehydrated kid.
I don't think
yeah.
anything beats the
it's
John
straight
Cena.
dusted. And then like, maybe we should go.
Yeah, just like,
Thanks, man.
hello.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it was a bad decision.
And then Benny went down there too.
To
Yep.
save my bacon.
And then like,
Which I'm not
And then
totally
you ran away
unsure.
from him.
I'm pretty sure what happened was Benny smelled fresh roasted meat and was like, "Yes, please."
No.
let's
Benny
go.
has the best of intentions, and don't you slander his good name.
Okay.
Forward a little bit from there. Everybody managed to get inside, but so did the genie, who was like, "Hey Anwar, I'm here to fuck you up," because Anwar and Kamira kind of tried to like slice his hands off because he was taking things a little too far.
Yeah, because he was attacking people they didn't want him to attack. Also, Jervis like
Oh yeah,
dropped
Jervis.
some knowledge on him, like, hey,
Yeah.
if she dies, you'll be stuck here forever.
That's right. I
You
forgot
change your
about
plan.
She
that.
needs to be the one to lift the curse.
Which was hilarious because again, we never got that information, but why would we? But at one point, we're in the hallway. Arantes uses the Falcon Punch ram ring to punch the genie out the window or the wall. He punched him through the wall.
Till
And
the
then-
Wall.
And then the genie's like, "Bitch, you thought," and like I want to say got really, really big again. And then Benny was like, "This is my fucking time to shine," and he like leapt out of there with his sword.
Well,
And he
right,
did
right before
the
he
thing.
did that, though,
Giant
he
anime
blasted Arantes to the point where he's in death saves now.
Mhm.
Arantes
Oh,
is in
yeah.
really bad
Oh
shape.
yeah, right.
Yeah, our
oh,
boy
yeah.
Ronnie is
Everybody
feeling
And I-
real rough.
kind of
It's all right.
about to die.
I'll take care of Rontis now that I know that my spells work on him.
Yeah, just no one sneeze towards me.
Right, no, everybody's kind of really not great. I
Yeah,
think
the
Audra
one-
has the most health out
I
of
have the
everybody.
most blood right now. I didn't. Of course, this is the episode. I didn't death ward anybody. So-
Hunter is down to 8 blood now.
Yeah,
so
that's
Okay.
not a
really
lot
not
of
looking
blood.
good. Arantes is in death saves, and everyone else is around half-ish, give or take.
But Benny killed the genie. Everybody's still inside aside from Benny. Hunter did a phenomenal job talking the Queen Lady down.
Yeah.
But it was like just as everything was maybe calming down and we were going to be able to assess the situation of the Queen Lady kind of getting her shit together,
Mm-hmm.
Kamira's shit like
Mhm.
came back and was like, "Hey, like they're just two echoes just rolled up and that's not great."
Yeah,
pretty
so
bad.
Hunter did a phenomenal job. He was tracking down the queen. By the time he caught up to her, she was no longer in her kind of queen form. She was back to lady form. And the lady charmed him and attempted to bring him onto her side. But technically, within the guise of, like, the rules state that he sees her as a friend and stuff, and he used that. And talked to her as a friend and talked her through. He also brought out the moonblade that he found like deep in some ruins, so he kind of called an ancient artifact forward to help him with the thing, which definitely gave him some advantage there in talking with her. And then the lady morphed into a new form that you had never seen before, that just basically broke down crying, and the whole place started like crumbling and falling at that point. But he kept on like consoling her and talking to her, and like her eyes were like pitch black, and like her whole dress at this point was completely black, and she was completely pale. And everything around her was falling apart, including like the big hands outside were like withering away and falling. It seemed like everything around was crumbling apart. But Hunter kept on being with her, kept on consoling her, and said the right things, and kind of getting her to like own her own shit and to like finally put an end to things. And then like the kind of deep void blackness from her eyes kind of disappeared, and he could see her true eyes for the first time. And she started to finally kind of come to. But that is when when he looked up after kind of locking eyes with her for so much, suddenly the figure of two Chimera echoes were there. So we're going to start today's session cutting back over to Chimera. Has everybody seen Spider-Man No Way Home at this point? The third one? With all the Spider-Men?
I'm so far behind with all the
You
Spidey.
need to strictly for the
I
Spider-Man
absolutely do.
scenes. I would
yeah.
watch 5 hours of that.
Yeah.
Well, in Spider-Man, I'd hope there'd be a lot of Spider-Man scenes.
Well, I
Of
mean, like
Spider-Man.
the togetherness.
Oh, yeah.
The spider.
in any
Should I
case,
take this off for like 5 minutes?
What was that?
Spoilers? Should I take these off for like 2 minutes?
No, not really. Just describing the atmosphere of a scene, it doesn't really give much away. There is a moment where Peter has a Peter tingle.
Peter
where
tingle.
like suddenly he gets a hyper awareness and knows that something's wrong, but not sure what it is. Chimera, in this moment, you've just seen like Benny jump through and smite the genie to the point where the genie exploded. Everything was crumbling all around, but then suddenly everything stopped crumbling. Everything kind of stabilized. So a lot is seeming good in the moment, but then you get this sinking gut feeling, this awareness that something similar to your sense of different timelines has felt a disturbance in the timeline. There is something making you feel sick to the pit of your stomach. You look down, you see Arantis is like completely mangled. You see that like the fireball blasted through just like a huge concussive force in addition to all the fire and flames and stuff. You look down and see that the opening to his soul forge has been like completely broken in. The soul forge itself is crushed into a ton of pieces. So you see that, but that's still not, you're feeling that's not what's triggering it. You are currently in a room that is completely charred. There's a charred little kid next to you, but you're still feeling like that's not quite it. You start leaving the room, look around, Audra, Anwar not looking in good shape. You turn the corner, start heading towards a hallway near where Hunter is. And as you use the rest of your movement and get to the big kind of grand hallway area where Hunter and the Queen and another little kid are, you look over and to your horror see two echoes, one of you and one of Keone, swords drawn out, standing right behind the Queen and the little child, and they both stab in right through the heart of the Queen and the little kid. Let me bring you over to the screen. They both lock eyes with you. Chimera's Echo says, "How does it feel, Echo? To be so close to victory, only to have everything slip away. Maybe now you'll understand what it feels like to have someone meddle in your timeline, casting it into darkness and misfortune." And Keone's Echo immediately says right after, "Perhaps an eternity in here will finally teach you to own up to your choices instead of having one of us bail you out. Now the rest of us will be safe from you, Supermom." What do you do?
I fucking mind. Oh no.
So currently, both of them have a blade right through the hearts of the people in front of them.
Oh my god. Okay. Gonna throw my shield.
Gonna throw your shield?
Uh, yeah, rounding that corner, seeing that happen, all she really manages to say in return is, I'm not the echo here, and we're gonna throw the shield.
Alright.
I hate this. What the fuck? What the fuck?
This is the
What the
manifestation of
fuck?
some of your worst fears.
That's correct. And I got nothing else for me here. Okay, okay. That's fine. Yes. So we're gonna go to Chimera, to Kion.
Both of those hit. Boom. Knock them out of existence.
Cool. Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, you hit both of them. They
Okay.
only have 1 HP. Just
I was panicking. I don't know.
they vanish, but the child falls over limp, and the queen, her eyes turn red. Her hair starts to lift up in force, and she starts shifting back into the witch form. Anything you want to do with the rest of your I already moved for you for your movement to get you to where it is, but you used an action. You still have a bonus action if you'd like any.
I don't think I have a bonus action that I'm willing to try. Nope, because the only one I really got is Manifest Echo. No, never mind. We're just in case we're gonna Hunter's Mark the Queen.
All right. With her turn, she's going to pick up the moon blade
Oh Jesus.
that Hunter gave her, and she is going to lunge for you, like flying straight into you. She is going to be casting the blight spell, but with the flavor of she lunges the blade right into you, and I need you to make a con save. Okay, you succeed the con save, so you will be taking... sorry, just 1 second. Okay. Okay. You'll be taking half of this. So, stabbing in, you still feel necrotic energy go through you, but you really tough it out, so you're only going to take half. Let's see. You will take 20 necrotic damage, and I'm just including the piercing in with that. So it's a total of 20 damage to you. As she stabs right into you, basically with her own version of like a blighted smite. Stabbing right in. She looks furious at you. And all of her rage is pointing directly in your direction. Cut to Audra, Anwar, and Benny. Hearing some commotion going on. I would like each of you to make a perception check, please.
Isn't Benny technically like outside of the...
He is outside 40 feet down from everyone else. The whole area that they are in, the wall has been knocked out at this point.
Okay, fair enough. So, okay.
Okay. It was on a 20? What do you mean, Anwar? Is it just... It was what it
It
was.
rolled over from an 8, and it was like,
Well, each of you got above 10, so each of you will see kind of everything that's gone on here. You look, you see the terrible Audra, you notice the terrible condition that that Arantis is in. As you guys kind of look out for a second to the whole scene of what's gone out there, you see off in the distance, about 100 feet, Mozak flying up in the air, flying in your direction. And you hear him telepathically screaming to all of you, "Get away from the queen!" So you see that as he's heading your way. Audra, what do you do?
Well, I'm going to. We're basically going in. We're taking turns essentially, right?
Oh, we're still in the turn order. It's very much still active combat.
I'm just making sure. So, what I would like to do is, and you tell me how much as I can do. My thought is I want to reach down. Because I'm a furbolg, I have like the double carrying capacity thing, so it shouldn't be difficult for me to just pick up Arantis. And I want to do that.
I mean, it'll be difficult flavor-wise, but you can do it.
But I'm saying like I can do it. Like I'm not
can do it.
Yeah, and yeah. I want to hit him with a spare the dying as I do that. So can I do that? Can I hit him with that and start picking him up on the same turn, or is that
you
too much?
go over and touch him, and you do see some of the metal begin to kind of reforge into its correct shape, and see like some vines kind of cover over too to at least like stabilize the outer shell. However, you notice that like as it covers over, that the soul forge in itself is still like crushed to bits. That part's no longer intact, but the rest of them stabilized, just not that part.
Okay. And can I pick him up as part of this turn, or would that be in action?
If that's your action and bonus action to quickly like touch him and do that, and then that's fine.
And I'll bring both of us out into the hallway.
Okay.
And just kind of look down. Just look to Anwar, and I suppose.
Yeah, I'd say you can't occupy the same square, but you could start dragging him, and he's kinda there.
And I suppose we need to make our exit very soon.
Anwar, things are looking dire.
Yeah, how far out is Mozak, you said?
He's currently about
there he is.
100 feet from you.
I see him.
Also, you can look over to your left and see Chimera getting stabbed. And Chimera, what's your reaction to getting this necrotic energy stabbed through you and everything? Are you yelling out? Is it like losing your voice? Like, how would you say you're reacting to it?
probably that second one.
Okay. Well, either way, it's probably enough for Anwar to notice, given how close it is to him.
So, as a heads up, I'm tapped on pretty much everything. So, if you could pick up Arantis, I see you've done that, but anything you got in it, that'd be great.
I can heal him. It might be best just to get us all out of here first.
Yeah, about that. And then, like, look down the hallway. I guess.
Ryan, just as a reminder, because Anwar would definitely remember this, I'm not sure if you would, because it's been a long time since in-game we did this. You have collected another soul forge from that iron bull thing.
Okay, so it was shattered then, so...
Arantis is shattered at this point, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Alright, well then, I do remember I have that. So much for Anwar's robot servant he was working on. Yeah, I guess Anwar doesn't want to be in view of the mind flare, so he's going to start moving. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and kind of enter the room here. So we have a dead child, a dead child, Hunter.
Yep.
Only a little bit. We have Miss Chimera, who's just
Almost.
Yeah,
taking it.
Hunter at this point I think is like on his knees or sitting or something. I think he was like crouched down a little bit, at least on one knee, because he was
Yeah.
dealing with the
I think
queen for a second.
I think with them, like with the queen lurching off and like the echoes appearing, I think that would have been enough time for me to like gotten on my feet into kind of like a whoa 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 pose.
Mhm. That's fair. And just as a reminder, Hunter, you are still charmed by the queen person.
I was gonna ask that. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
You have not taken any damage, so you don't have a chance to re-roll that just yet.
This queen, I know we can't kill the queen, but this queen is actively attacking us, and we are kind of with our backs against the wall with reinforcements coming. So I do feel like Anwar would take the offensive.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Chimera, as you were kind of walking through with kind of your hypersensitivity to everything going on, as you pass the main stairway leading down, you would definitely like see flames shooting out and a big bunch of commotion as the fire elementals and vampire guards are fighting down below. Sorry, Anwar, what do you do?
Anwar, fresh from fighting his grandfather, he is going to step forward and call forth flame blade. By stabbing his hand and letting a little trickle of blood move, he's going to clutch it in his hand and he's going to ignite it. And he's going to take 2 attacks with the flame blade.
All right. Both hits.
Here we go. So yeah, kind of instinctually, he's going to kind of leap into it with this flaming sword. Take 2 cuts for 17 fire damage.
All right, yeah. Slice in once and then slice again. And she's already pretty badly hurt at this point. You like slice across her shoulder chest area, and then you slice again, like right up across the face, just barely. And it's essentially like she erupts for a second into mist and then rematerializes once again, completely out of breath at this. Oh, I don't want that. Oh no. Let's see. She rematerializes once more as the lady. And she's kind of out of breath, looking up over at everybody at this point. And she is going to use a legendary action to look up at Chimera and say, "You mentioned a boy. If you just cut this out, if you end this right now, I can tell you what happened to your boy. I can bring him back for you. I can do anything you imagine, any kind of power, anything. I could give it to you if you would just end this right now." And she is going to attempt to charm you. I need a wisdom saving throw. Please.
Oh, I was agreeing, and then she was like, "Now I'm gonna use magic." That's rude. Is it wisdom?
She's going to wipe some blood from her cheek from one of her wounds and hand it out to you. And you can potentially react to that when it's your turn. Anwar, is there anything else on your turn? Sorry, I forgot.
That was during.
Sorry,
that was during my turn.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do it during your turn. I forgot to ask if you had any other bonus actions or anything.
That's fine. I was going to say, could I react to her attempting to charm Chimera with a flash of genius?
Sure.
Then I'll add a +5 to her save. I don't know if it will be enough, but
You got any flavor?
when she reaches out to hand the blood to Chimera, Amor is going to put a hand on her shoulder and kind of send a jolt of energy through her body.
Kind of
Try
snap her out of it.
Snap her out of it, yeah.
That turns into a 16. That will be enough.
God bless you, young boy.
So, Chimera, you're like just about to accept. You're so ready. And then kind of takes you out of it for a second. We'll get back to you in a second. Benny, you're down on the ground, 45 feet below everything else. You see a mind flayer that is not just like hovering like 20 feet at a time. He is flying straight towards you. You guys looking angry as hell. What do you do?
Ah.
Like, you just killed a genie. Isn't that enough?
How far is he from me?
I want to say 95 feet. 95.
Okay. Well, like I have nothing left. Oh wait. Oh. Oh no, never mind. That's if I had. You only have one channel divinity, right? As a paladin?
I think you get 2 at a certain level, or that's cleric. I can't remember.
Just so you know, Hunter, you're on deck for the next PC coming up.
Oh, okay. So I have a second one. Okay. Well, I'm like looking at any of the spells that I possibly have, but none of them are particularly good. Okay, so could I use my like climbing thing to climb back up into the hole to the second floor?
Yeah, you have a climb speed equal to your move speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You got the claws to do it. You can totally. I mean, it's 45 feet, but if you've got your cat movement thing to go more than 30 feet, or you could dash.
Let me see if the cat movement thing is checked off. Because I wanted to try and help. Ah, shit! I used it and it hasn't recharged yet. I wanted to try and help Audra like move Arantis like.
I got him.
Further. No, I know. Oh, okay. You got him totally.
Yeah, I can lift him no problem.
Okay.
Got the furball
Then-
strength.
Yeah. Benny's gonna run up, so he would get up to here with 50 feet, which means he could move 10 more. So he's gonna dash to there, and because he doesn't want to fight the mind flare, especially not alone. He's
You
just
did so well
getting out of
before.
the
We don't want to,
way.
get in your groove. Just do that again.
I have nothing left. Okay. Yeah, I think that's just gonna have to be his turn.
All right. Arantis is, well, he's in a thing right now. So,
We're all in a thing right now.
yeah.
And that
Alrighty.
thing, shit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is going to. He sees Benny running off. He's already saw Anwar run off. He was yelling out telepathically, like, stay away from the queen. He is going to bring his hand out, and Audra and Benny, a point, roughly about here-ish, black tentacles are going to start shooting out from the floor and start to try to grab you guys to keep you there. So on your next turns, at the start of your next turns, I'm going to need dexterity saving throws from you.
Good old Avard's tentacles, huh?
Yep. So yeah, they sprout out everywhere, trying to grab you guys, keep you away from the queen.
Can you put that down like one layer or so?
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. All right. So that will entangle Audra, Arantis, and Benny. All right. That's its turn. Hunter, you're up.
Awesome. Hunter's going to approach the side of the queen, and he's going to say, "We're all friends here. This needs to stop now, and I ain't going to take no for an answer." And two things happen simultaneously. He's holding his bow, and as his grip tightens, everything kind of like melts and warps, and the shaft of the bow lurches forward to form Mabir, the rapier.
Nice.
And his eyes are like glazed over pearly white from this mind control, but veins of fire kind of crawl through and then shoot down his arm into Mabir, into something you would recognize as his roguish smite activating.
All right, that's some intense shit right there. And Chimera, you're up. You're seeing Hunter acting really weird all of a sudden, and the lady's trying to make a deal with you once again, like on the roof. Anwar kind of snapped you out of it, and you kind of have a chance to rethink things. What do you want to do? She does look really weak at this point. Like she got knocked out of her anger form pretty quick.
Might be super bad. This might be real bad. So she reaches out her hand clearly to make another weird little blood pacty bit. Instead of like reaching out and taking her hand though, I want to reach out and like grab her by her forearm.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can pull her into a hug, if it needs to be a grapple, we can do that.
I think it needs to be a grapple.
Okay. Sure. God, what even is that? I never do that.
Can I help as a reaction?
Attack action. Okay, so it's just
I see my friends bonding. I want to help.
Hey, I have pluses in this.
You do. I think right now it still might look hostile if she's trying to grab her forearm. So I don't know if it makes sense to.
Chimera likes those deep hugs. I get it.
Hugs.
No, it's okay.
I don't know if that seems a little meta to me.
Yeah, I'm on edge. It's fine.
Okay. You might win this one. You're a strong person. Vampires are strong too, and she's kind of a vampire goddess lady thing.
I love that for her. I'm a little jealous.
You beat her by 1.
Okay. So what starts is like she grabs her arm and she pulls. The movement immediately softens. It's pulling her in, it's putting an arm around her and like just holding her for a moment. And I'm so sorry. I want this to stop too. I know that you feel her pain. I know that you feel that loss. I know that loss too, and I need this to stop as much as you do.
Go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage.
Duck. Persuasion with advantage. Hey! Oh. 1.
Oh, damn! Advantage.
Could have been 8, y'all.
You
Could've
do
been
that. and you start to feel her dress begin to kind of shift in quality, different fabric, and her hair, once wavy, you can kind of feel it on part of your arm start to kind of change and move a little bit as she transforms. And when you look at her, she... I'm on the right thing. I'm sorry, I'm not on the right thing. She transforms into... Oh my god. Oh, what had I done?
A third floor hall.
She turns into a third floor hall.
No, it's not what I wanted at all. Sorry.
How could you have done this?
Well, that would stabilize the place, right?
Sorry, I'm just trying to get... Did I mess on that? Where the hell is her token? Goddamn. Well, she transforms into the queen, is what I'm trying to say. So she's shifted out of her lady form and into the queen form at this point. And she just begins kind of blankly going, so you were just saying, like, I want this all to end too, I need this all to end?
Yeah,
Kinda
and that I know this pain, like, as well, like, we can stop this right now.
So you hug her in and you say all these things, and she begins to shift and change again into the queen form. And then she looks at you, she kind of like breaks away a little bit, and with bubbly eyes, it's just like, oh, darling, there's no pain. We don't have to feel pain. No. That's what's going on there. She's looking all crazy now. Audra, you're currently stuck in a whole bunch of black tentacles. There is a mind flayer flying in your direction. What do you do?
So first question, is it, do I do an escape thing at the end of the turn or at the beginning?
There she is. Specifically for this, let me see. Oh, it's at the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
You do roll a dexterity.
Okay,
save.
thank you. It's just dex? I can't do strength?
It has to be dex.
Okay.
These things are flying around, starting to wrap around you and stuff.
Okay. And follow-up question.
They're also potentially trying to, like, hit you, so you're trying to dodge them.
Got it. Okay. Follow-up question. Me carrying Arantis on my back, does this affect? Does he need to roll separately because he's unconscious? Like, what's the deal there?
I'll say you could either roll a disadvantage to try to roll for both of you, or he's just gonna end up getting caught in it while you don't. Well, if you succeed.
That sounds
So
like
do you want to roll regular or roll disadvantage for both of you?
I'm gonna try to. I know it's tougher, but like I want to try to get us both out, because if I just like let him go in there, that's gonna be the end of him. You know, like that's just gonna be multiple hits while he's down. So, is a 15 enough for both of us? Because that's a pretty good disadvantage roll.
It is a pretty good disadvantage roll. Unfortunately, it is not enough to get out of it. And that will be... You know what? Because we're in such a unique situation here, I will say that you try to get out while he's on you. You manage to not get hit by one, but he gets smacked by one, and like part of his metal exterior kind of crushes in a bit. I will give you a chance to do a strength thing to try to drag him out away as one of the tentacles is starting to grapple him.
Got it. Okay. I like that. So at a minimum, at least I get out. How about a 21 strength save?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that'll do it. So it hits him. It definitely hurts him. He's back in death saves. But you can't just with your strength yank him out of the thing.
So we're like over here now then.
Yep.
Okay. And is this okay? The wall's gone right here, but over here it's still intact.
Yep.
And is
it's
that
like these three. It's like these three
okay?
squares.
And
that
is
the
this a
walls are.
window? Do I still like stare out and see Mozak, or am I now out of his view?
No, you're behind a wall at this point.
Okay. Okay. I am going to with all that escaping stuff, do I have my action and bonus action still? Like what do I have left to me?
Let's see. I would definitely call that, and I think it's just what you do for the dex check.
Okay.
But I would call getting him out of there as an action because that's you like pulling. So
Okay.
you have a bonus action. if
Okay,
you'd
so
like
I'm
it.
left with a bonus. In that case, I'll do a healing word to Aberrant. Well, yeah, healing words still work because like if you're in death saves, you still hear me, right?
Yep.
Because you're not gone. Okay, just making sure. Sometimes the rules are, Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
like 3.5. You couldn't heal unless they were stabilized, but like 4 and 5 they reverse that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying specifically healing word. He has to hear me.
Oh,
which is why I was
gotcha.
asking.
That's
Um,
fair.
Yeah. So you give a healing word to him, and through your prayer, the becoming is like once again kind of resembling him. The dent is coming undone, and kind of he's getting forged back into shape.
Okay. So yeah, I like kind of pull him. As I pull him out, I just kind of like set him kind of like against the wall. I'm just kind of
Okay.
like, I know, or I just set him against the wall, and I'm just like, you got to pull through for this, Arantis. We could really use another person right now, just to do anything. Come on. And here's that. 5 HP for him.
All right. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
He still is like acting lifeless though.
Yeah.
Without this soul forge in there. Alrighty, so that's Audra. Anwar. Right in front of you, you see this whole thing where Chimera seems to get to another stage of her, but now she's in like full denial mode and kind of acting really like the craziest of all of the forms in her queen form. So what do you do?
What do I do? Is Hunter still charmed at this point?
Hunter is still charmed, and he's like charged up his Mabir, like he's ready to swing at somebody.
Can I speak to that though?
Yeah.
That being said, he did just witness someone in his party reach out and use diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hug, not an attack.
Yep. So yeah, that can affect his actions for sure.
Mm.
But that is currently, he's got a charged up sword right now. You do see that.
Yeah, I'm ready to defend my friend. My friends are there too, but my friends and my friend, it's complicated.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's happening right now. I'm a little lost, to be honest. I had another thing, but we have reinforcements coming right now. So if we could do this moment, save this, maybe put a pin in this, and call off the things coming to kill us right now, that'd be really great. And he'll probably look over his shoulder and see like the mass of tentacles that's
Yeah.
happening there. He's like, "Oh my god!" And then Anwar's going to kind of move over. And did Benny get sucked in?
He is currently in the thing. When it's his turn, he's got to do a dex save.
I'm going to use Anwar's going to use his action to try and pull him out.
All right. So I will need just like Audra, a strength or athletics check.
Can I assist him because I'm trying to get out, or I guess?
If you want to use your action to do that, sure. To be fair, once it's
sure.
your turn, you could just potentially try to do it yourself with a dex save and stuff. So it's up to you if you want to.
Yeah,
commit
but
to
my
that
deck
ahead of your
save is
turn.
terrible.
Well, I can either give you advantage on your turn, or I could try it now, and you could try it on your own next turn.
I mean, it's really the same thing.
So, Anwar's going to use his action then to attempt. to pull him
Okay.
out.
He does have those ogre gauntlets, so that should help.
Oh, okay.
Should be the operative word.
Yeah, you try to grab in. Yep. Just, you.
Eddie, are you even helping me? Come on.
At this point, well, you know what? At this point, technically, because his turn hasn't started, they haven't actually gotten him yet because he hasn't done the thing. So, I would say that technically you could grab him real quick, like because of the initiative order, it's really like the tentacles are coming out for him, and you have a quick chance to grab him. So, I would allow it just as your action to grab him. That
Then
should
I
be
grab
fine.
him and I pull him over before
Okay.
that happens.
All right,
All
you
right.
do that.
Oh, thank you.
That's your action. Are there any bonus actions or any other movement you'd like to do?
Nope, I'm still. Anwar still has his shield. I guess he kind of put it over his shoulder real quick to help him out, but he's still holding on to that flame blade. So he's still concentrating on that.
Alrighty.
But yeah, he pulls him out.
Okay. Benny, you just got pulled out real quick while tentacles were just barely trying to reach you, and now you're just barely out of their grasp. But you are separated from Audra at the moment. Through the window, through these big-ass windows,
To the wall!
you can see
I've been thinking of that every
the mind
time.
flayers flying your way. And then there's all this other stuff going on over here. What do you want to do, Benny? Also, like, if you look down through the stairway, you just see, like, just flames going through,
Oh my
and you hear a
God.
vampire, like, screaming out.
Are we any closer to convincing the queen?
She's going through a lot right now, okay? Like,
Benny's gonna go over and look at the queen. Be like, listen, I know we haven't been on the greatest of terms, but like if you could end this, it would be really good. 'Cause then all of us wouldn't die.
As a legendary action, so she's still technically grappled by Chimera. I imagine they're holding each other in their arms while she's looking at her. She's like, yes, we can end all of this. All of this can go back to the way it was, and all of the crumbling, all of like the portraits that fell off the walls, the ceiling parts that have crumbled, it's all starting to like go in reverse and go back. So like all of the chunks of ceiling are going back up firmly in place. Cracks are gone. Portraits are like going like directly in reverse back up to on the walls. Everything's starting to kind of get put back in its place. It's like, yes, we can all make it all back just to the way it was before. All this nonsense, everything can go back to normal. So that's what's currently happens there with her. Anything else, Benny?
I mean, I was trying to. Okay, like, let's see.
Do you want to do a persuasion check or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what Benny could say, but I almost feel like he had a turn last time, and I feel like I don't know if you'll allow it, but I feel like I want some of his like original paladinness to come back out a little bit because he did like a good deed, like you know, he broke from the mold.
Okay.
And like he's going to like put a hand on her shoulder and like channeling what he once was, the paladin he once was. He's gonna look into her eyes and be like, you know that this can't continue this way because more people will get hurt even if it stays the same.
All right, go ahead and roll what do you call it? Persuasion. It's a really good persuasion. So still similar thing that she just did of like she's starting to put everything back, but you also see that she's starting to get frantic, like her denial is getting worn down from that. Of like, no, it's okay. It's everything's gonna be all right. We just have to return everything back. It's gonna be perfectly fine. We're going to have a wonderful time, everyone. So that definitely was progress in there. But this is like her most stubborn self of all of them, so it's gonna need more than just one person. Arantis is currently, his body is stable other than the other thing. Let's see. The flare, 1, 2, 4, 6. Is going to be like flying over, looks through the windows. Let's see if I can make this visible to everybody. Okay. Looks through, basically sees all of this. So close to the queen. Okay. He's like flips out upon seeing all these people around the queen. He's gonna be like, "Get away from her!" That he shoots out telepathically, and then he summons up what I'm flavoring is, it looks like a whole bunch of Eldritch Splash, just like a whole bunch of like forms of black energy appear all around him, and then they shoot out through the glass, breaking through, and they're all gonna hit you guys. It's technically a high level magic missile though. 2 are gonna go to each of you guys. So Anwar, that's going to be a total of 6 damage. Sorry, I'm gonna swap that for another one that's easier to read. 6 force damage to Anwar. 5 damage to Chimera. 7 damage to Benny. 7 damage to Hunter. Hunter, you just got hit.
Mm-hmm.
You can re-roll your save.
My wisdom save?
Your wisdom save.
Honestly, I don't think it will change anything. Because I'm playing it the same way.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well, Hunter,
you do
you're
have a
down to
+4.
1 HP now.
I would like
as
to...
all this blasts out.
I will react to have that.
You can do that with a magic missile.
No, it has to be
When
an
it's-
attack directly at
When
you.
an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack
Yeah, it's
stand against you.
it's not a spell attack. It's just a.
But it's an attack.
Right, but
It's
it
a
has
spell.
to be like a thing
It's
against
not
your
classified as
AC,
an attack.
basically. That's why, AoE saves don't count for it.
I'd bicker later, but not here. Okay. I will
Okay.
take it for now. Do I have another reaction?
I don't think you've used a reaction this round.
No, I have not. I don't have my Hellish Rebuke, which is unfortunate.
I would say that this window right here is totally shattered at this point, and he could potentially go through it at a later round, just so you guys know. Did everybody update their tokens on their health bars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. Oh, come on. Okay.
Let's see. It's possible. Okay. So things are looking real dire at this moment. Mind Flayer's going through. He's shooting at all of you, trying to get you off. He's looking real pissed. But just in that moment, an unexpected thing happens. A monkey man jumps from the roof and tries to grab on to the Mind Flayer. And he succeeded in jumping far enough. Let's see if he can actually do the grapple.
If he fails this.
It would be amazing.
But you know what? It's appreciated.
He rolled really well. I'm going to do the Mind Flayer now.
It's appreciated, PyCon.
Oh, he succeeds in jumping over, grappling him like he's holding on to his head at this point. Just kind of rapidly, he probably like grabs one of the tentacles and just like, "Argh!" So where is he? Oh there he is. Okay. So, back in the game is good old PyCon. He's like, ah! That's him going on right now. And Hunter, you're up.
Oh boy.
You are just freaking exhausted at this point, down to 1 HP. You got hit in the head and the gut by those Eldritch blasts.
Yeah, I think that definitely staggers him, so it throws him to a knee.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he kind of like reaches up to the queen's shoulders to help him up. But he turns to her and says, "We just made a major breakthrough. Don't regress now. This can be fixed, but you need to accept reality. You need to accept loss. And that ain't easy. But it's easier than dealing with this guy's bullshit." And I point to the squid. I point to Mozak.
All right, go ahead and roll a persuasion.
Nope, that's not it. Thank you.
All right. You're trying to persuade her. She doesn't seem as persuadable by this one. She does seem really frantic, though.
I'll say, you may not think it, but these are your friends. You're safe with them. I'm gonna deal with your problem. And I'm gonna rush to the window and like take cover. I assume my persuasion was an action.
I've been doing persuasions as bonus actions usually.
Fuck yeah, then I'm gonna pull out a dagger, and the second I'm gonna like slide into window cover and chuck the dagger through the window at Squidward here.
Yeah, I would say that there was a little bit of internal, like, is this within the charm or not? But then you hear, like, this inner voice from Ronan being like, there's the squid. Get him.
Not only that, I know, alright, she's my friend. These are my friends. They're talking to each other. This dickhead who's attacked me for no fucking reason before, he's here. Alright, Rotten Apple showed up to the party. Let's deal with it. So as far as I'm concerned, this is all within the friendship spell.
Alrighty, go ahead and throw that, and you can potentially get sneak attack.
Jeez, I hope
because there is an ally. Oh!
All right.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, just barely. You're within range. You don't have to roll a disadvantage. Okay, yeah, you as he's kind of grappled from the head and kind of having a tentacle being pulled, you stab him like right in the chest area. It goes directly in.
And I'm gonna tuck into cover there, so I'm getting at least half cover.
Okay. Okay, so that's my 16. Really good hit there. After all this is going on, a whole bunch of mist comes through various points of like different doorways, stuff like that. Some of the mist coming up through the hallway area and coalesces as you guys are all trying to persuade the queen on certain things. You see a whole bunch. You see Jervis come back, and he's with other people who look like maids, chefs, various servant people or service people from the mansion. They all kind of appear around. Oh, I'll spread them out a bit more. They all start appearing all around, and they just start saying, "My queen, it's been enough. It's enough. It's time to. It's been 3,000 years. Let go. Just let it go already. This isn't real. None of it's real. Come on, you can. It's okay. It's okay to accept what is." even though it's terrible, isn't this worse? And so they're going to basically grant Chimera advantage if she's trying to do anything. Chimera, it is your turn. You've got Hunter was trying to say something. Benny was saying something. Suddenly, all of her service people are trying to say something. What do you do, Chimera?
She eases back from that hug, and goes to hold their hands between them, trying to maintain eye contact. You say that you don't want to feel that pain, and I understand that because it hurts. It hurts with every breath, but pain and mourning are a privilege, darling. We are gifted the chance to love because we are able to love someone so strongly that it hurt. We experience loss because we experience love, and I would never give that away. I'm better for it. I got to know my son, and I would never change those memories for the world. Just like you got to know Brayden. Why would you want to give those memories away? For anything. So I guess I gotta...
Roll persuasion, and you get advantage with all of.
I hate it. Persuasion. Oh, that's a natural one. That's 16.
I'm gonna go ahead and add Flash of Genius onto that. To make it a 20.
Yeah, what kind of flavor do you want to give that Flash of Genius?
Can I... Do I go serious or do I go silly? I go silly. So, Anwar is he hears that speech happening, and the back of his suit's going to transform. So there's like a little bit of soft music playing. He can kind of do a loop, some inspirational music going on, and maybe a soft light. So it just gives Chimera a halo effect going on, and just really trustworthy. And, she looks good in this moment, in this war-torn mansion. So, kind of sets her up a little bit, helps get that point across.
Boosting up to a 21.
Jesus
saying
Christ.
Everything she said. All of these kind of Hollywood effects. It kind of helps seep into her kind of crazy psyche. And she's kind of tense and holding you this whole time, and her eyes are kind of bugged out a little bit. Then she's just kind of finally let her shoulders down, and her grip is going to kind of fade. And she's going to just look down and say, a privilege. I never thought of it that way. And she smiles a little bit and says, I guess it is a privilege, isn't it? And at that point, she's going to start shifting into a form that you've never seen before. Let's see where I've got it. Her dress is going to go white. The paleness in her skin starts to have a bit of color. And she begins to kind of sprout a bit of angelic wings. And she looks at you for the first time with clear eyes. And you see what you believe people have been referring to as the goddess. And it's at this time that things start to fade away. Even portraits on the walls, various things that were conjured, start to disappear and just dematerialize in kind of golden specks. Let's go back to our screen here. Both Mozak and PyCon like kind of are grappling with each other. they begin to dematerialize as well. Benny, you start to feel something in yourself. Something's happening to you. You feel like you're beginning to kind of lose your composure, and you're starting to be engulfed in a euphoric feeling, a warm kind of numbness, and you can feel yourself start to slip. Is there anything that you say as you begin to go?
I feel like he can't go out on a lie, so it's like gonna be a half truth. I think as like he gets that feeling and everything, I feel like Benny will grab onto specifically one of the holy symbols that he has and grip it tightly, and it's like pretty clear that it's like that's the one he started with. And he like looks up and he says, "I never stopped believing."
And with that, he just kind of dematerializes, goes away in little gold dust. And
I think you have to turn your camera off now, right?
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye,
Jeez.
No, don't do it! Don't! I miss you already. Don't!
And so there we are. That is, we are out of the turn order at this point.
Good.
Things are kind of flashing away. Tentacles are gone. A whole bunch are gone. What is still there, though, are the vampires. And they just start, like, in just such a gasp of relief, they just start clapping and cheering for you guys. They're like, holy shit, you did it. You did it.
Audra like comes around the corner with Arantis like on her back because he's like still not actually active, and she's just like toward the sound of the applause, just following it. Is it over?
Dude, the second Audra comes into frame, Hunter has like collapsed onto all fours once things like settled. And Hunter looks up and is like, medic, and face plants onto the ground.
I think I also reach out a hand and also grab you since I have the double carrying capacity. So now I'm just holding Arantis. I also pick up Hunter with like also sling him over. So I just got them both.
Ow. Oh, this sucks.
Castle's not crumbling anymore. That's good.
Yeah, you kind of look out and about, and like all of the fingers, even though they're decayed, they're completely gone at this point. A whole bunch of carpets and other things just seem to start kind of dematerializing, and look, you're kind of in this old, seemingly abandoned castle at this point. There's not much left but the stonework.
Andrew, I'm gonna give you a nice pat on the back as I set you down and and cure wounds you. Level 2 cure wounds, 13 HP for you.
Oh man, that is 13 hit points more than I had.
It's all right, like, Hunter. I am here.
That's like 12 times what I had just a second ago.
Would now be a good time for a bio break?
Probably.
Sure. Are you guys wanting to do any more, like, getting questions answered and stuff, or did you want to call it here because I just want to good night?
I feel like questions and kind of
okay.
I'd like to do a little bit of closure stuff. That way, next week we can do like a setup thing before we take the pause.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let me hit the break screen, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Okie dokie.
And
We're
that
back.
is my thesis on hard cheese versus soft cheese, and which one is superior. And anyone who wasn't here before, they'll have to guess. I don't mean to be a bastard about it.
That was stupid, and I loved it a lot. I really
You're
shouldn't
welcome.
have liked that much.
You're welcome.
To
This
breed
is
a
my new
bastard.
character. This is my new character. He's
All right, I take back the healing I
Cheese
gave Hunter,
connoisseur?
and I push him out the window.
Basically, everything conjured up, a lot of the facade is completely dropped at this point. All that remains is this woman who appears more like an Osmar or something, along with the party. Arantis, who currently has a busted soul forge, and some of the vampires who are part of the service crew. Does anybody want to take the lead on who says what next?
So looking out over, I guess, from the windows and stuff like that, you said it was like the mansion was like destroyed masonry and stuff like that, correct? Just the stone foundation.
Yep.
Can
pretty
we
much.
see into the town? Is it just?
Yeah. If you look out into the town area, it basically just looks like ruins. Most of the buildings have crumbled at this point. There's really not a whole lot left. You can see the outlines of where it's were and stuff like that, but and then also you look out kind of off in the distance, you no longer see the mist or anything like that. It just looks like a
Is it
whole
just-
lot of blankness.
Is it just quiet?
It's very quiet, eerily quiet.
Do we see people?
No.
I mean, we just saw Benny disappear, so
Benny, Pycon,
Mozak.
Mozak, yeah, you saw a lot of people just suddenly vanished.
Did we do it? Did we actually win?
It does look that way. And it seems we have indeed saved the goddess. Motioning toward her.
Something like that, if that's what you call saving me. I suppose I think you finally brought me to my senses. And like some of the vampire kind of certain people are gonna go around her, just kind of are like, "Hi, okay, are you okay? Are you okay?" And she's kind of saying, "I'm fine. A little absorbing, processing a lot right now. I don't think I've been myself for quite some time."
Perhaps we should retire to a room where we can all eat small sandwiches and sip on strong drinks.
Sir, hate to break it to you, I don't think there are small sandwiches and drinks here.
No, but there can be. She's going to look around the room, and she's going to just kind of blanket the whole room. Suddenly is going to, like, rugs are going to appear on the floor, and chandeliers are going to like shoot down from the ceiling, and then like on one of the far walls there's just going to be like a huge tray of buffets and stuff, and then like all these well cushioned chairs, well upholstered chairs, very fancy, are going to pop up kind of scattered around the room. And she's going to say, I need a moment to sit, please. Get what you need. And she's also going to like conjure up a like a little mini bar next to like all of the like buffet of food. It's like, take what you. I'm gonna sit. And she finds one of the cushiony chairs to sit down in.
Quick question: does she still appear vampiric, or
No,
nah?
she is. A lot of the colors return to her face. Everybody else, though, seems vampiric still.
Not sure what to make of that.
There.
So Jervis are not to stereotype, but are we good? We're cool. We don't need
Are you asking if we are on good terms?
I'm just saying, if we're about to throw hands, like we did what you said. We didn't kill her.
Throw
We're good,
hands.
right?
If I'm understanding you correctly, we're on
Sorry.
good terms right now.
Sorry, he ain't woke. Oh shit! I
Are
had.
we gonna do
Three phrases.
fisticuffs right now?
Whoa! Oh man.
I'm
Just
just
'cause-
trying to understand what you're saying. I have no problems with any of you right now. You've done a great thing that we have wanted for some time. We are friends right now.
Beef
thank
ain't on the
goodness.
menu. Beef ain't on the menu. We good.
I think what he says.
There,
Oh,
there
thank
is
goodness,
there is a roast beef over there if you want it.
There is roast beef, but y'all
The
don't have beef.
conjured food is good, I assure you. That is my understanding.
I'm gonna go sit down.
when Anwar says, "Oh, thank goodness," his flame sword just like poofs out, and then like one of his the gauntleted armor, his arm of his armor just like falls onto the ground like a bunch of broken cans. He's like, okay, and he like kind of scoops it up and kind of puts it in the bag to kind of get it back together. But it just like brr.
All fam, no cap. Is that? Can I get a youth in here? All fam, no cap. Is that?
I don't know what that means.
All right, all the memeing aside,
All right.
let's go back into it. We got the joke. All right. So yeah, what's everybody doing? Chimera's sitting down. The goddess is sitting down, and the goddess is just kind of staring off. I would say that she's like reconjured some portraits up on the wall, including one of Brayden, and she is just kind of looking up at it and staring at it.
What does he look like, out of curiosity?
Uh,
Just like
he-
beautiful elven man?
Yeah, he is an elven man, long pointy ears, reddish hair that kind of flows down a bit, in a very kind of fancy tunic with a sword at his side. Tunic that's kind of I would say is like black, but with like white little flowers on it. And he looks awfully fancy and handsome.
I apologize, I feel like we're intruding now, but I do have some questions.
I'm sure you do. Please ask. The more you ask, maybe let me process what's happened.
Right. Knuckle. He managed to get in and he managed to leave. How?
Oh.
Why?
Orcish fellow, tall, well dressed.
Fancy? Yeah.
It's coming to me. He came in and was able to get this far. The lady. He wanted power. He wanted something to help him fight. There's an empire? I think there's an empire out there.
There's an empire, yeah.
He wanted power, and I'm afraid one of my darker influences seduced him and gave him the power he sought, but at a price. A price that unfortunately I believe inflicted on all of these people. All my servants, they're not conjurations. I've been with them for a long time, and they're all... Yeah, I've been with her since the beginning. This is our situation. We're still stuck like this.
Myths, though, they can go out in sunlight, or no?
I'm sorry, the what?
I mean, the vampire myth that I'm familiar with says that vampires can't be in the sun. I thought.
I think every vampire is a little different, each in their own ways, with different quality. Much like a tiefling may appear in different forms. Some vampires may not go out in sunlight at all, because perhaps their powers just don't work while they're in the sunlight.
Well, that answers that fucking question.
He was bitten, and I believe he was given a hunger. I feel extremely ashamed and embarrassed, and perhaps I need to go to another plane where I can seek judgment. What I've done. My deepest my deepest form that I hid deep down in and perhaps manifested subconsciously, she had a big void to fill, and telling herself lies could only go so far, and so she needed things in her life, and I think at some point a need grew that she tried to fill that void with children in her life. And I think in Knuckles she saw someone who could help acquire more children for her to fill that void, but it was never enough. It would never be enough. I think I see that now. It was... We all have dark thoughts, don't we? And sometimes when you're powerful enough to manifest those thoughts into reality, that can lead to very bad things. And, clearly, I am not worthy of the power that I have. I lost control and did terrible, terrible things that, in my right mind, would never, never wish to do.
Insight check.
Yeah, go for it. Go for that insight check. Dude, shit is whack, yo. Well, you don't know what to believe. Like,
Oh, show.
so anyways, yeah, she's saying all that.
I don't suppose that you have any proof that I can bring before anybody regarding him. I wouldn't want...
He would still be the way that he was turned into. He will not... There's a couple of things. Some pots of myths are true that I noticed in him. Can't enter anywhere unless he's invited. And his reflection does not show in a mirror. Perhaps you could use that to prove something.
Yes, the
That
sun
actually
shield
can be
strategy.
We invite him to a
very
carnival.
helpful.
You
Oh,
mentioned
just-
a son? What does he look like? Perhaps he came here.
My
I'm
son.
sorry, it's kind of fuzzy. You mentioned a son when I was manifested as something else. But you mentioned a son, didn't you?
Yes, he takes after me mostly. Green skin, kind of sad eyes. I basically just do what I can to explain to him, or
There's-
explain.
One that I believe matches that description, and she's going to call. Excuse me. Can you please go get the orc boy, please?
Oh my God, do I have
And
a
one of the
vampire
servants is going to go out of one of the rooms and come back in, and you still see some of the children are still there, including one of them is like a little orc boy who looks up. Very vampiric looking, very like a pale green.
The second dude man walks away, Hunter sets a hand, like a comforting hand,
Mhm.
on Cammy's shoulder, just
Okay.
to like be there for whatever the fuck happens next.
That's fair.
Do I have a vampire son? I'm so excited about this.
You look over and it's not your boy.
I figured.
Like you checked and your kid was in a hole in the ground. So you look and she brings up, is this your son?
Hunter kind of feels that tension ease, but then there's that deflate. It's not, but I didn't suppose really that it would be, all things considered.
Well, he must have never made it here then.
No,
You're saying he had bite marks?
he did. But he is dead. Truly, I think. I really think it happened afterwards as well.
That doesn't really make sense to me. How did he die?
He was doing a task, the Knuckle, that... There's really no simple way of putting it. He was instructed to bomb a building.
And did he do it?
He tried.
Did the bomb go off?
Yes.
And he died?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, yeah.
If he was bitten, if he died, he would have just gone into mist. What was the bomb made out of? Was there wood in it?
Yeah. There was.
This may sound
I swear
dark,
to
but
God.
you may want to check that boy's grave again.
God damn it!
If he had any wood lodged in his heart, he could be in a form of stasis right now, but is still alive. But, well, undead, potentially, but... I would check on that, because it doesn't make sense to me that he'd be dead.
Anwar was described the how the bomb worked, correct?
We had one that
yeah,
was like it.
I think somebody described that it was like a whole bunch of shrapnel, like
I
it
think
was
the
kind of
rat
like a
guy
Unabomber
again.
kind of bomb, like
Right.
wooden bolts and pieces.
Okay, so there was things like that. Okay.
And I think we used one of those to blow up the wall.
Uh-huh.
Because I had that and I had a chemical one.
Another element of vampirism that may line up with your myths that you have is a wooden stake through the heart will immobilize them indefinitely. It's possible that that's what happened.
I will look into that, thank you.
Maybe that's what he meant with the eyes thing. Can't see. Because didn't you speak to him on the Day of the Dead?
I did, yeah.
So maybe he's trapped in between life and death. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Just
No.
theorizing on the current state of your child. I'll just...
Which might be, my instinct was to go see if he still had eyes. So.
I'm sorry, I can't help anything with the eyes bit. But I've had many dark dreams of undeath ever since the war. Who knows how long ago that was now. I'm afraid that those dreams, those fears of undeath, are ultimately what consumed me and left me and spread like a virus from me. I'm afraid it's all my fault, and if there's anything else I can do for you besides this information, please let me know. I feel like I owe a duty to make amends. At some point, I think I must go to the plains beyond to seek judgment for the gods.
Please don't do that until I can consult you and have the best care and feeding of your vampiric son, yeah? It might.
You'll need blood.
Yeah. Yep.
And it
Speaking of-
depends.
Ah.
His
Sorry.
craving it manifests in different ways of what kind of blood they're particularly into. Again, I am incredibly embarrassed and ashamed by this. Knuckle was cursed with specifically seeking out. His hunger drove him towards children, so he would bite them and turn them so they would come here. That is
That
what
makes
the
sense.
lady did to him. That's the curse she passed on to him. I am incredibly ashamed and sorry.
Would you sign a statement?
No, I don't wish to put anything in writing. No, that's
Pretty damning. Lead people here.
I mean, for the record, she did want a blood pact earlier today, but
That was. Is the
Just gonna
fog
say.
wall still up?
no, it's gone.
The fog wall's gone.
Sorry, on the subject of stealing children, we were told that there were some taken around here recently. How many would you say there are actively?
There's 4 that we're looking for. 3?
Um,
4.
well, one is burned to a corpse in
Oops!
the other room. One was stabbed through the heart, but I do think just like through eventually the kid would like come back up, and so yeah, this ugly, hideous thing will come back up, and the others will fetch up to 4 other kids. So there were a total of 6.
Looking good, gentlemen.
Yep.
We only need 4.
I'm gonna roll a d4 real quick and see.
Roll for trauma.
Yeah. 2 of those children, after kind of talking for a bit and figuring things out, 2 of them are the kids you're looking for. 2 of them are burned.
Is one of them the little sister?
Sorry, never mind. Only one. One died, and that fire was completely burned to bits. And that is that was one of the friends.
Okay, sure.
But the sister and the brother and one of the friends survived.
I'll take that. That's okay. It's not great, but I mean,
Are you sure that this is what you want to take them with you?
They should go back home to their families.
but they're
Or-
vampire
or-
children,
or-
right?
Or a ritual should be given to let them move on and end the undeath and let their spirits move on.
They're all already vampires.
Can
They've
they?
been so for quite some time. Jervis and the other servants are gonna be like, we would like to stay. We're not ready to go. We would like our freedom to leave here. We're prepared to live as we are.
Perhaps.
So if we're friends, we may
Can we get your
be-
contact info in case we need somebody vampired? I mean, if in case we need a vampire.
Do you have any ways of contacting people telepathically?
We do. And if it's a question of sending these vampiric children home to a place where they might not quite be so set up for success, then perhaps they could stay with, and she's motioning around to the other servants, some of their own kind and be raised that way.
Can you undo the vampirism? Is that... You made a great, cheese board over there.
Is it considered a curse? Is it considered a curse?
You made a charcuterie board. You can get rid of vampirism, right?
A little smoked brie will do the
It
trick.
is technically a curse. I suppose I could try. Sorry, I didn't think of it. I think so. The only thing is that they may experience some form of aging that they'd be making up for. And Jervis and the others are like, yeah, we're good. Like, we don't want to die right now. We would love some freedom after all
Well,
this.
not you, but the children. Can their
can
curse be
attempt to
lifted?
lift these curses. I think I have that within me.
I have it within me if I could sleep for a bit. So it's on you.
Oh yeah, can we get some rooms for the evening?
I can conjure up some bedrooms for you.
Imagine if she was like, fuck no, y'all need to get out.
Yeah, we're full up.
Not in my house.
I want to make amends as I can before I go. So if
Go.
giving you each a place to rest is part of that, that's fine. If you want this castle, you can have it.
Oh, I mean that might be worth some.
We might
Trade
need another safe house in the future.
Yeah, I mean just to drop in now and then, and it's fully staffed because like they're vampires that like.
No,
so-
we're looking to leave. We've been here long enough.
Oh,
We're looking
I
to
don't
go.
think they're chained
We'll
here
We'll
anymore.
make our own way.
a 2-4, 2 against. Is that what we're getting? Even
I
draw.
mean, I don't want the place, but in the event that we're heading this way, knowing that we might be welcome in a location that is safe might be nice. Not saying I
don't know
want to
if-
take the castle from her, though.
I don't know if anybody here is going to stay here. So
It's an
It's-
abandoned castle in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, tight. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, that's 3.
you were asking for something in writing. I could conjure up a deed to
Kamira's
help
real
get you
estate.
claim to the land.
Kamira's
So you
real
can-
estate game just keeps going. She sold
Look,
a
I
house. She's
had-
gonna sell a castle.
I had 2 kids, I had 1 kid, I had no kids, and now I have 2 kids again. I need to get this shit figured
Mhm.
out.
Yeah. So hold up, just to dig into the numbers here. She's cool with writing a deed, a legal transition of property, but not a written statement saying, "Hey, this guy's a creep," and I know because I was there. Just
The second just
She-
might be
making
harder.
sure I get
The
that.
second might be
There-
harder for us to use for our purposes.
We know a weakness, and we can use it.
And I am sure we will.
There's something that is still a part of her that is still reconciling everything she did, and the idea of like putting that down is like, "Ugh." You can roll a persuasion though if you want to try to tell her like why it'd be a good idea.
Your written word can help ensure this never happens to another child. If you don't, it may take a long time for us to chop through this red tape to get him for what he's done.
I'm gonna kill him anyway.
I respect what you need, but just a little insight there. I will roll that persuasion.
Damn, that 20. She's going to think on it and say, "No, I think I understand. It will also help me accept what I've done to have a full confession for everything. It makes sense to write it all out." She's going to conjure up a little stationary desk area, a little small desk, a little seat, and some paper, and if you'll give me a few moments, I'm going to write this out. Please,
Of course, all
eat,
the time you need.
rest, and she's kind of wave over near the bedrooms area. Have whatever you need. I'll write all of this out and give it to you. Everything, the full confession. And she's gonna go ahead and do that.
When we're kind of dismissed for a bit and kind of walking to kind of talk amongst ourselves, Anwar is going to go over to where the wall was blown out,
Mm-hmm.
and his subsequent great grandfather was sliced in half and detonated, and he would like to inspect what that scene looks like.
Go ahead and roll investigation. Very good. 20. You look around, seeing no sign that he was ever here, other than the blown out hole. And you look around, you can't even find the clay jug anywhere. There's no sign that it ever existed.
So then, it wasn't him. Okay.
Either that, or the thing has gone back to wherever it was before. Hard to say. But your first instinct is probably the more likely of the two. Go ahead, Sydney.
Yeah, hey, do I still feel like there's a fucking disturbance in the force and I can't use any of the abilities that I have?
You feel more at ease than you've felt in a long time. However,
God. Oh no.
I would say that there is something kind of lingering, and you are reminded of the fact that, like, last
Is
you
it my
heard from
existential
Keone, last time you checked in on the other side of your other timeline you've created, like, Anwar, a whole bunch of people are dead. Cerebro has, like, sucked the brains out of a couple of them, of, like, Hunter and Anwar, and Cerebro knows about the Soul Forge. Like, they were talking about all that the last you checked in.
Yeah. Well,
And then haven't really checked in since. Maybe it's just like, oh, that's not dealing with that. But yeah,
that's
that was a while ago.
great.
But anyways, you're reminded of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that thought lingers in you that there's some unfinished business on the other side. But other than that, you feel like you're feeling confident in your powers again.
Cool.
Anything else for tonight? Arantis is still laying down there completely motionless.
I was gonna ask, are we rebooting him with the rock battery that we do have?
Yeah, when we're kind of off on our own, Anwar would ask Audra to help kind of set him up, and he's gonna kind of have the his chest cavity open, and then he's gonna have the bag of holding and say Soul Forge, and kind of have it like clump into it.
Clumps in, thing, the chest door closes up, and his eyes just like light up. He's just like, ah! What happened? Where are they? Where are the undead?
Should have maybe waited for all the undead to fucking leave first.
I would say that some time has passed.
Everyone, roll for initiative.
Definitely some of the vampires are like, you know what? We've served you long enough. I'm glad you're back to being healthy, but also we're leaving. We're leaving right now. So those guys get the hell out of here. Jervis did leave his full name for Audra, and
I mean, I've met him, so I'm good to go as far as sending.
yeah, cool.
What is his full name, out of curiosity, DM?
Sorry, say again.
What is his full name, out of curiosity?
Dude, I don't know. It's Jervis something. This is not one of the things I prepped.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I can send him.
In any case, after you get Arantis up and working again, a little bit of time has passed, and the goddess is going to go up to Chimera with a letter, rolled up, sealed in an official seal, and she's going to hand it out to her and say, "This is everything. Everything that I've done. I give it to you. Thank you for helping me find myself. All of you."
Thank you.
And when she hands it off to you, the second it gets in your hand that you can hold it, she's going to disappear into golden dust as well.
I bottle the golden dust.
It just kind of floats up and away and kind of dissipates. You can't really hold
That's fair.
it.
I make Goldschlager with it.
And I guess that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Whew.
Hey, Richard.
And then, sorry. Do you want to go a little further with
No,
anything?
I have one quick question.
Sure.
Well, if you want maybe like a jokey end to the arc, as we're all like tucking in for bed. Hey, Anwar, just really quickly, can you check your bag and see if there's a painting in there still?
Anwar checks to see if there's a painting in his bag.
There's not.
I was just curious. It was a lovely painting, and I thought maybe
I would say that. Sorry, I
liked to
forgot
have
to
kept
mention
it.
that. Sometime in this closing wrap up thing, she does remove the vampirism from the 4 kids.
Cool. I was gonna
Or
ask that.
five kids.
Great.
And
We
they're all
did
like,
it, team.
where are we? What are we doing?
Fade to black. As we
explain.
explained it.
Yeah.
Well, I did want one more thing.
Sure.
I did want to ask Audra, assuming Audra has spell slots.
I've got not anything super great. I got some level 1s.
It's level 1 sending.
No, that's 3.
Level 3.
I'll have to wait.
Gonna check on Caleb.
Paul, please.
Paulib.
All right. Well, that's our short session for tonight.
Ooh, boy.
I mean, not so short. We got a lot done. A lot
Yep.
happened.
Yeah.
Still over 2 hours. Ah!
Thank you, sir. Ah!
So we'll...
Man, you
wild
mentioned
card in my
having a
beard.
headache. I would have been like, I'm reclined. I'm gone.
So we'll...
No, I've been chilling to the music.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So next week we're what? We're kind of doing like... What is the vibe for next week, Richard?
Well, you guys still have knuckle stuff. There's still a little bit more to the arc. I think there's gonna be like 1 or 2 more weeks, and then I am out as DM for like a couple months, I think.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey.
All right. Well, we'll do that next week. Bye, everyone.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Bye everyone.